Hey everybody, Jessy here from Third Universe Comics, and today I'll be playing Pokemon FireRed with only one Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is a relatively strong Pokemon with high attack and high special defense, but terrible special attack and health. I'm worried about the special attack because in order to get the type coverage I want, I need special attack moves. At first glance, it looks pretty okay, except the main type coverage moves are special, and Hitmonchan doesn't learn any moves that have 100 power or over except for the TMs Earthquake, Return, and Focus Punch. And I'm not going to be using Focus Punch. Also, the higher power moves it learns naturally are lower accuracy, which means Sand Attack could be a nightmare. I'm writing this before I play, so I actually have no idea how this will go down. Let me know in the comments how you think I'll do. I think I'll be pretty okay, but the Psychic Gym Leader Sabrina and the Elite Four members Agatha and Lance are going to give me issues. Before we begin, let's go over the rules. I can only use Hitmonchan in battle. I can use other Pokemon for HMs outside of battle because otherwise the game would end after Misty. No glitches or exploits, and no items in battle except for held items and Pokeballs. Outside of battle, I can go crazy. To start off, I name myself Third as that's who I'm playing for, and my rival comics because why not? Using the universal Pokemon randomizer, I change Bulbasaur into Hitmonchan, because that gives my rival Charizard, and in the late game, I think it will be the most difficult to beat because it has flying. I name him The Boxer, because I love Simon and Garfunkel. The first match goes as expected with 2 Revenges finishing him off and giving me 69 EXP. Nice. Let's do a quick check on my stats. I have Impish Nature, which raises my defense, but lowers my special attack, which is what I needed. However, I do have Keen Eye, so I don't have to worry about accuracy. That being said, I may have to rely on normal type moves and overpowering my opponent more than I had hoped. I then do some errands and grind a little bit on my way. I want to try the optional rival fight, especially because his Pidgey has Gust, which is super effective, and I want to see how much damage it actually does. Here we go! He sends out Pidgey and uses Tackle. I have no idea why. My Revenge doubles power and I knock it out. Then Charmander gets knocked out in 2 Revenges, and it was a lot easier than expected. And now onto Viridian Forest. I expected Poison to be a problem. I was wrong, so moving on. I'm level 13 when I face Brock, and it goes as you expect. I take a bit of damage from Tackle and double the power of Revenge for 2 quick knockouts. I also level up to 14 in the process. Route 3 is good to train, but I keep getting poisoned. Also, the PP of Revenge and Comet Punch is 10 and 15 respectively, so I have to heal after multiple battles. I do have Pursuit, but Dark type moves are special attack in this game, so Pursuit does barely anything. I mean, look at this. Pursuit only does half the health to a level 6 Sparrow at level 17. That is absolutely ridiculous. Mount Moon is a breeze. Notably, I get Mach Punch, replacing Pursuit, and I took the Dome Fossil. Ask me why in the comments. Also, I learned Mega Punch early, replacing Agility. On to Misty. Staryu uses Harden, but Revenge gets it to red. She uses a Super Potion, but 2 quick Mach Punches takes it out. Starmie is sent out next. It uses Water Pulse and gets the Boxer confused, but we hit with a critical Mega Punch, getting it to red. I use a Mach Punch to finish her off and get the second badge. Next up, of course, is my rival. I hit Pidgeotto with a Mega Punch, but we get hit with a critical Gust, taking me to almost half health. I knock it out with another Mega Punch. I hit Abra with 2 Mach Punches because it only uses Teleport, then Rattata's out and uses Quick Attack for low damage, but I knock it out with Revenge. Charmander is more of the same, except I get hit with Ember and take the win. This was the first time I got nervous, but it turned out okay. I quickly go on to Route 24 and the SSM. I will take a second here to say that I am facing every trainer. I figure I will have to grind later, so I'm getting a lot of it out of the way now. I also replace Comet Punch with Ice Punch in hopes of type coverage. Right, the next rival fight. To start, I Ice Punch Pidgeotto to red. It gusts, but I Ice Punch to finish it. 1 hit with a Mega Punch and Kadabra goes down. I use Revenge on Raticate to knock it out, and I get minimal damage from Charmeleon's Metal Claw, but Revenge to win. I am extremely overleveled. Surge's traps was pretty quick, and so was the battle. I sky uppercut everything before he could do anything. I realize I am overleveled, but I'm okay with it. I make my way through Rock Tunnel and get through it with almost no PP to spare. During this time, and as I've been playing this game, I rewatched the Terry Darrington arc of Critical Role. If for some reason you haven't heard of Critical Role, check them out. And if you have heard of them, you can order the Tal'Dorei campaign guide and the new Wild Mount guide at thirduniverse.com, plus a bunch of other D&D related stuff. Rival again. I Mega Punch Pidgeotto for the knockout. I then Ice Punch Execute to Red, Evadle Leech Seed, then Ice Punch for a knockout. I then Mega Punch Kadabra for a knockout, but immediately lose my attack from Gyarados' Intimidate. That's going to be a problem in the future. I Mega Punch its yellow, it thrashes, but I Mega Punch to finish it off. Finally, I Sky Uppercut Charmeleon for the win. After this fight, I head towards Celadon City. I'm no longer fighting every trainer, but enough to where I'm level 41 by the 4th gym. I start out with Mega Punch dealing 3/4 of Victory Bell's health, while it misses the Stun Spore. I quickly use Ice Punch to finish it off. Next is Tangela, and I'm sticking to the strategy. With Mega Punch, getting it to red, it then ingrains itself and uses a Hyper Potion, but a critical Ice Punch takes it out. Finally, Vileplume. Once again, Mega Punch, getting it to yellow. This time, I do get Stun Spored and Giga Drained before I take it out with, you guessed it, Ice Punch, winning me the battle. Giovanni's first appearance is next, and it goes as you expect with an overpowered fighting type. I one-shot everything with Sky Uppercut, only taking damage from a fake out from Kangaskhan. I'm happy this has been a breeze, but I feel the worst is to come. And I'm pretty much spot on with this feeling, as the 5th mandatory rival fight is next, and I'm not prepared for it. Granted, I fought the bare minimum at Self-Go, but still. It starts off with me Mega Punching Pidgeot for half health, but losing 1/4 of my own to Wing Attack. I Mega Punch it again to knock it out. Out comes Execute, and I critically Ice Punch it for a knockout. Alakazam goes down to a Mega Punch, but I make the mistake of Sky Uppercutting Charizard, dealing only 1/4 damage. It then slows me down with Scary Face and Wing Attacks me twice, finishing me off. I try again, but I lose in a similar manner, so I head down to the 6th gym, fighting every trainer along the way. I realize I could have fought all the trainers in Self-Go, but decided against it for no apparent reason. I face Koga twice and lose. Mega Punch kept missing and doing too little damage, Fighting type isn't effective, Ice Punch does too little, and Toxic is my end. So I train a bit more and replace Mega Punch with Return. Time to go against Koga again. First up is Coughing, who goes down to 1 return. Muck gets to red from a return, but holds on, minimizes, Hyper Potions twice before I take it down with returns. Coughing goes down to a return, while I get Deja Vu, and Wheezing goes down to 2 returns only after hitting me with Sludge. I won! With new confidence, I return to Self-Co to fight my rival again. This time, it's a breeze. I one-shot Pidgeot with return, Execute goes down to 2 Ice Punches, Alakazam to a return, Charizard to 2 returns only after hitting me with Scary Face and Flamethrower, and Gyarados, my soon-to-be worst nightmare, with a critical return. Giovanni, fight number 2 up next. I start by knocking out Nidorino with return. I get Nidoqueen to 1/4 health with the same before getting hit with a Poison Sting. I knock it out with another return but get poisoned by Nidoqueen's Poison Point. The clock has begun. Kangaskhan goes down to a Sky Uppercut, but Rhyhorn is apparently extremely evasive as I miss Sky Uppercut twice and get hit by many a Rock Blasts before landing a blow knocking it out. That was closer than expected. Sabrina is up next, but it's a quick one. I use Return for 4 continuous knockouts. Kadabra, Mr. Mime, Alakazam, Venomoth all felt the power of Hitmonchan's love for me. Blaine is next. Once again, it's a breeze. Even with Growlithe's Intimidate, I knock it out, Ponyta, Rapidash with 1 Sky Uppercut. Arcanine, I knock out with 2, but get hit with a Fire Blast in the process. Still, I get the win. At this point, I switch Revenge out for Thief for one reason alone. On Route 15, there are 2 trainers, Crushkin, Ron, and Maya, and both their Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee have black belts, a held item which increases fighting type power. I want it for my own Hitmonchan, so I use Thief to steal it. I have HM Pokemon in this battle because it's a double battle, but they don't do any attacking moves, so it's not an issue. Final Giovanni fight time. I start by missing Sky Uppercut and getting slowed by Scary Face, but then quickly knock Rhyhorn out with Sky Uppercut. I get hit with Dugtrio's Earthquake, but knock it out with Sky Uppercut. And then I make the mistake of hitting Nidoqueen with a Sky Uppercut and get hit with an Earthquake in response. I knock it out with Return, but when I am once again poisoned. I knock out the Nidoking with Return, and the second Rhyhorn with a Sky Uppercut for the win. After that, I quickly change out Thief for Earthquake before going on. Rival again, and this time Pidgeot's a problem. I hit it with Return, and it holds on by a thread. It then Feather Dances me, cutting my attack down hard. I then knock it out, but the damage is done. I hit Alakazam with Return, but it only gets down to 1/5 health, and then it disables Return. I Earthquake it, knocking it out, but Charizard is out. The only thing I haven't tried on it is my Ice Punch, so I give it a go and it freezes it. I can't believe my luck. Not only that, but Return becomes abled again, so with 3 returns, I knock it out. Rhyhorn goes down to a Sky Uppercut, executes 2 returns, and thankfully misses a Stun Spore in the process, and Gyarados to 2 returns as well thanks to a crit. Thank the RNG, because this was my 5th try and I was not feeling good. Alright, we're here, the Elite Four. Here are my stats. Based off of everything I've experienced, I think I can do this. I'm not sure, but I think so. This is your last opportunity to say whether you think I can before you see it for yourself. So it begins. Lorelei was an easy knockout thanks to Ice being weak to fighting. I Sky Uppercutted Dugong, accidentally Sky Uppercutted Slowbro, giving way to a yawn, but finished him with a return. While I was asleep, Cloyster set up a Hail and hit with a Dive, but eventually went down to a Sky Uppercut. Jinx went down to a return, and Lapras to a Sky Uppercut. On to Bruno. I Sky Uppercutted both of his Onyxeye. Anyway, Hitmonchan took a return and hit me with a Sky Uppercut, but then went down to another return. Then both Hitmonlee and Machamp went down to an Earthquake. Then came Agatha. I died too many times to her for me to show because Return, Sky Uppercut, and Earthquake can't hit Gengar or Haunter. So I decided instead of grinding to use all 5 of my rare candies and replace Ice Punch with Rock Tomb. 4 more attempts and I got this one. To start, I miss Rock Tomb and Gengar double teams, but I hit the next turn and it double teams again. I managed to knock it out with 1 more hit. Golbat goes down with 2 returns while dealing a little bit of damage with Air Cutter. Haunter goes down to 2 Rock Tombs, and the next Gengar I crit with Rock Tomb. It sludges, but I'm able to take it out with 1 more Rock Tomb. Finally, Arbok goes down to an Earthquake. I'm honestly so thrilled because I was about to go grind and I'm really lucky I didn't get hypnotized. Next, Lance. I'm going to preface this by saying I gave myself an ultimatum to finish this challenge quickly or lose entirely. I made Hitmonchan learn Double Team and forget Rock Tomb. This meant if I had to go back and grind, I would have to go to the move relearner, learn Rock Tomb, and then buy another TM of Double Team to even get back to the same spot I'm at now. This would have taken way too much time and I wouldn't get this video done in time. Anyways, I died 27 times and was about to give up before this run. To start, Gyarados' Intimidate lowers my attack, making this combat a lot harder. This is what I meant when I said that Gyarados was going to be my nightmare. I double teamed 6 times, taking little damage from Twister and Dragon Rage. I returned 5 times to take it out because of a full restore. Aerodactyl goes down to 2 Sky Uppercuts. Dragonite's out and it could kill me with a Hyper Beam or 2 wing attacks, but it misses as 3 returns take it out. The Dragonairs go down to 2 Earthquakes each, but I get Thunder Waved and Outraged in the process. Now I'm extremely nervous because 1 hit from a final Dragonite and I'm out. But then I remember and realize that Lance doesn't have 2 Dragonites and I beat him. My heart was pounding. Last but not least, my rival. The attempt you are seeing is my 19th. I returned Pidgeot twice, taking only a quarter damage from Aerial Ace. I'm so happy it wasn't Feather Dance. That was a killer in my previous attempts. I Earthquake Alakazam for a quick knockout. I return Charizard for good damage but take a lot from Fire Blast. But I'm able to take it out with another return. I'm worried though. For Executor, I knew it could be the end, but I managed to double team 3 times before it put me to sleep. It then missed everything till I took it out with 2 returns. Rhydon went out to 1 Sky Uppercut, and I land a critical hit on Gyarados, ignoring stat changes and taking it out. I cannot believe my luck. I'm so happy. I just won my first Pokemon challenge. And that's it. Let me know what you think I should do next. And don't forget to check out all the Pokemon stuff, all the Magic the Gathering stuff, and all of the D&D stuff, and so much more at thirduniverse.com. I'll see you next time.